Okay, guys, we're gonna get cracking. Little recap from last time we had this 7%er meeting. We talked about accountability on social media. I spoke to everyone that we held accountable, and everybody did exactly what they said they were gonna do. Quick update. How is it all going? How are you guys making sure? I know Kay, for example, has been aggressive on making her videos. She did one when we did the accountability. Today is Wednesday, so she committed to do Tuesday and Thursday. So I'm going to see what her Tuesday video looks like, and looking forward to seeing hers on Thursday. Right, Kay?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm here.
Oh, that was awesome. I love it. But you can act frozen, you know, okay?
I can't hear you.
Joe did a video on, what'd you call it, Joe? Home hacks?
Yeah, home hacks. Joe the Realtor.
He was using, I need to go out and buy
some silicone caulk
for
right?
others. I gotta have it.
Yeah, me too.
Gotta have it.
Still working on my brand though. I think I need to clean that up a little bit before I go live with all that stuff. So
No, just go live.
Just get going, buddy. Get going. Nothing's gonna come out perfect. Trust me. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna make an impact. It's all good. I want to know how has everybody made sure that all of the Remax Gold agents are friends of yours on social media? Have you guys went through all that? Make sure, on the cleanup items, you make sure that everybody on social media that belongs to Remax Gold or is with Remax Gold are also your guys' in your friends groups, I guess I should say, within social media. That's very important. Also, do not forget to like the Remax Gold page on Facebook and also on Instagram. It's very important. You guys got a lot of good information that goes out there on a weekly basis. I would hate for you guys to miss out on that, okay? If you guys need help with the roster, let us know. We'll be more than happy to provide a roster for you of all the agents. That way you can go down the line and make sure they're all, within your friend groups on social media, okay? That is crucial. That's important. You want to be able to see what's going on in their neck of the woods. Okay, so look, we're going to, as I said it earlier, we're going to get right down to the meat and potatoes, guys. Listen, there's no feelings that are going to be hurt here. There's no, I'm not picking on you guys, but what I want to do is I really want to tackle this number here, this percentage, right? Because I find it to be absolutely incredible. Yes, we're going to still talk about 7% listings, but listen, if you're not working your database, it's going to be very, very hard to you get in front of people to present your listing campaign for a 7% listing, guys. So we are going to take notes. I will hold you accountable. You will have tasks that are going to be due next week. Okay, so don't be frightened, but it's important. We need to stay the course. Okay, so think about this number. It's a huge number. 86%, guys. 86% of previous consumers said they would use their agent for a second time, right? Basically, they would use them again. Okay, 86%. That is not a number where you're like, well, it's a small. You're talking about 86%. And I'm not a math guy, but 86% is a huge number of people wanting to continue to do business with their current agent or the previous agent they use, right?
Which, Jose, that the reason why they say that is because you did a good job. You did a really good job and they liked you. That's what I think is so painful about
it. Is. That's why I want to.
You earned it.
I agree. That's why I want to tackle this head on, because think about this, guys. And I've said it before in our meetings. I've said it throughout, any other trainings we had. But this is really true, guys. The real hard work begins after the deal is done. The hard work begins after the deal is done. Why? Well, because you already did the job of making sure they used you for your services of real estate. You ran them through the process of a transaction, okay? That's almost systematic, right? When you get a deal and you're working with the client, everything becomes systematic. You know when inspection due diligence are, you know when occupancies, when the listing agreement is signed, you know your objective, you gotta get photos, you gotta get the house ready, you gotta put it up on the market, open house signs, whatever. It's a systematic approach. It's almost like a 1 through 10 or 20 or 30 checklist. You know that has to happen. So is it hard work? Absolutely, because you're going through a negotiation process, you're going through all that. But it's a systematic approach. You know what has to be done. Right? I mean, right? This is why you're in the business. You know, you got to write a contract to buy a house for a client. You know, you got to write a listing contract to represent a seller. We know that. It's systematic. It's systematic. Why can it not be systematic with your database? Why can it not be systematic when the deal is done and you're making sure you're top of mind? Again, these are going to be heartfelt questions and I'm going to direct them to individuals, but we need to break that barrier or that mindset that, oh, I got the deal done. I'm excited. I got my commission. Great. I got them a little thank you gift card or a little present. Great. And I want to try to keep in touch with them. 86% of people wanted to continue to do business with you guys. 13% will end up using the same agent. That's incredible to me. It's beyond my understanding. If these are actual numbers, which they are, they're not making this information up. This is a national survey they've done. But I think it fits true to our day and age in our business right now. Right?
The other thing, Jose, I think that comes into play on that, it costs you a lot more money to do business if you lose that much, because you're buying that business where you should have earned it. And this, it's going to cost you a little bit of money. I mean, if you do a 1 month day or one time a month, a market report, it costs you a little money, but not much compared to buying a bunch of leads to try to make up 13% to 86%.
Thousands of dollars.
Thousands of dollars.
Yeah. We're going to do this. We're going to talk to seasoned agents with accountability, and we're going to talk to new agents on what they can do to start building that database, because I want you guys to leave here with action plans. Okay. And I know new agents are looking in this situation. Well, yeah, it sounds all great and dandy if I've been in the business long enough to actually have a database. Well, guess what? We're going to show you today, this morning, we're going to show you what you need to do to continue being top of mind in your sphere. And we're going to give you tidbits of data or information that you can use to your advantage, right, to show that you're a professional in this industry. For your seasoned agents, Diana, Kay, Neil, I would consider you seasoned at this point because you've already been doing it and you're cranking, you're doing good. But this question is directly to you guys. What are you guys doing to stay top of mind within your database? And what is it that you're doing, or what systems do you have in place, right, to be top of mind with your database? Lastly, what do you have that you're using to keep your database in order? Don't all have to jump up at once because I'm gonna start pulling numbers.
I'll go.
Okay, go for it, Kay.
Okay, so as far as my what I would consider my A clients or A+ clients or whatever, once I close with somebody, I put them on my postcard program. So basically what that is, it's the from your friends postcards. It's like a buy one, get one kind of thing, or it's a, something to the science center, something to the aquarium, whatever. But I put them on that program. It goes out on a monthly basis. So that's a way to touch them on a regular basis. But where I am failing miserably is not following up with them on those kind of things, I mean, and not just the, yeah.
Time out right there, time out, okay? Because I want to dissect that right there. So we have Kay Roberts, a seasoned agent. She's using the marketing campaign. She's using it on a monthly basis to basically touch base with your clients, right?
Right.
That's her starting point. But how do we really assure certainty that they're actually seeing that information, or they're actually, engaging in that information, right? And right now what you're saying, Kay, there's another component you just mentioned it a second ago. That's where I'm failing miserably, because you can set up, and the reason why I pivot or I timed you out there is, yes, you are being top of mind, guys. There's one thing about being top of mind, and the other part is being engaged. So it's two facets to that scenario of your working your CRM. You can sit there and you can literally send mailers, send videos, send everything you want. But at the end of the day, if you're not picking up that phone and staying top of mind or engaging with them, are you truly getting your investment, right? Your ROI, your return on your investment. And if you don't have an accountability log sheet of phone calls, accountability log sheets of here's, I called her, left a message, I texted her, I sent her a video text. How are you going to know that type of engagement is functioning, right? How do you know your marketing material is actually functioning and working accordingly, right? So continue, okay? I just wanted to break that down.
Yeah, well, and that's where, you know, I need to do the follow-ups because, you know, I mean, I check my list periodically and make sure things are correct and everything else. And then, you know, of course, the other day there was a listing that popped up and, you know, I'm like, oh, but we meant so much to each other and now he's working with somebody else. And, you know, but it's my own fault. I mean, yes, he gets my postcard, but that's it. So
let me put it to you this way also, guys, and that's a great reference. And honestly, I appreciate your honesty, Kay, because the only way we're going to succeed here is if we're bluntly honest with our activities and our way we're doing business. But imagine you had a great reputation or a great relationship with that client. You did an outstanding job. So you're thinking, hey, man, and you're saying, look, if in fact I did such a great job, I'm certain that they're going to come back to me. Well, guess what? Being out of sight, out of mind happens what? You know how many times I heard, because I'm at fault of it too. I'm also diving into my past real estate experience when I sold homes that, yeah, fortunately, I was continuing to do business very well, but I really didn't focus on my business that I had already finished and closed and succeeded. I didn't work that database. Imagine the amount of business I could have done, right? So I can literally, with the show of my 10 fingers here, I can tell you how many times literally people called me back, right? Without me doing anything. And I tell you right now, it's less than probably 3 out of 10 people. And that's pretty bad, right? Because you feel like you did a great job. How you saw them down on the street, you ran into them. Oh yeah, you know, some of those questions. Oh, you're still in the business? I didn't know you were in the business still. And you're like, dude, you went to my fucking kid's birthday. Sorry, I'm cussing. You know, like, think about it, right? It's like that's a slap in the face, not them to me, but to me to myself. Like I did a really poor job being top of mind. So how do we change that? How do we hold our company accountable? How do you guys hold your company accountable to make sure, remember, you're wearing the CEO hat, the marketing hat, the janitor's hat, your accounts payable, accounts receivable, you're all of it. So right now we're focusing in on that marketing hat, right? What is it that you guys need to do or are currently doing, or what we're gonna do collectively, right, to show progression in your CRM database and staying top of mind? What can we do, right?
Right.
How are you setting up your CRM system to also hold you accountable? I know, Kay, you use Top Producer. Some people use KV Core. Some people may perhaps have a spreadsheet. I don't know. But if you're walking around in this business right now with nothing and maybe a notepad with names on it, you need to immediately start looking at how you need to change that and convert that into a digital space so you can use that more consistently. I want you guys to break down the week. Okay, break down your week. Let's just use a banker's week. Now, I know it's crazy. We're in the real estate business. That doesn't even make sense. But let's just put some hours in the day to keep it simplistic. You're on a 40-hour work week, which means you're probably working less than part-time in the real estate business at 40 hours. But we're going to use that as a case study, right? You're working Monday through Friday, 40 hours a week. That should be about 8 hours a week. Okay? Give or take. Let's just use that
Are you
theory.
giving them a lunch break too?
Lunch break, whatever.
Eat at your desk.
Think about this, guys. if you were employed at a corporation, okay? And a lot of you guys came from corporate America. A lot of you guys came from an environment where you did have a set schedule that you guys had to work. Some of you guys are perhaps already still currently are employed at a different place. There's accountability in that job, right? So when they hire you and they say, okay, you got the job, right? Here's what you're supposed to do. Are you gonna do it? Or are you gonna be like, yeah, whatever. I just got the job. I'm good. I'm gonna show up and do my job, right? I'll get to it when I get to it. How long do you think you would last in that type of corporate environment? Not long, right? Why? Because they expect results, right? They expect you to, step outside the box of your employment profession and go above and beyond, right? That's today's day and age of corporate America. Yeah, they hire you for a 40-hour work week, but you're putting 80 hours a week just to make sure you go up the ladder, right? Why I say that is to say this. If you guys are not thinking in that manner with your database, with your business, with your schedules, with your hours, then you're not really running your business accordingly to a structured business. You're running it kind of like at the seat of your pants and seeing what day gives you what. And in order to step up and not be part of that 86% or that, whatever the percentage was, I forgot the 13%, you want to be that 13%, then you have to lock in hours in the day, days of the week, months of the year for this. You have to. Some people call it prospecting. You know what I do? I call that literally staying in touch with your business, working on your business, not in your business. And if you're not scheduling a time during that work hour day, and if you're not scheduling a time during that day of the week to do this, you're leaving a huge chunk of business on the table. And then you're going to see that your previous clientele is using someone else. And then you're going to be like, that clown, that idiot, why did they not use me? But unfortunately, the only one wearing a red nose is us, right? And I hate clowns. I can't stand clowns. Like, I'm terrified of clowns. So that's like word otherwise, I hate clowns. Don't ever come into my office with a clown, all right? But think about it, okay? So let's break it down. Let's talk. Real talk. What day is a good day to work on your database and staying top of mind?
No clowns ever.
Thank you, Amanda. I agree with you. She's on the chat saying no clowns ever. You and I are on the same page, sister.
You never know. You never know.
What day? What day?
Um,
Yes, it's a trick question. I'll help you with that.
Every day.
Thank you, Joe. Every day. But here, we're shooting that, we're throwing that football for that Hail Mary, right? Say, hey, hopefully he catches it. That's saying every day. But what time of the day are you going to want to lock in to do this? You guys all look like a deer in headlights. There's no wrong answer.
9 o'clock in the morning. I don't know.
Okay.
9 to 11.
I would say a consistent time,
Right.
repetitive,
Yep,
like
I agree. You're on that. Liz, very true. She put down, she does it between 9 and 11 a.m. That's great. But the key word that Vanessa hit right now is consistency. Okay? Which means if you have a database for the tenured agents, if you guys have a database of 100 people, I'm just using that as an example. Well, guess what? You divide those 100 people in each day. So that way it's not redundant and you're touching base with these clients once a week. Does it sound too much? No. Some of you guys are going to be like, man, is that too much? Is that too much to get a hold of these guys once a week? The answer is no, because that's where your marketing campaign comes in play. You should have something coming out every week, right? That makes sense for you to contact your clients and give them information. It doesn't have to be real estate related. Why do you guys think in our meetings, we have these upcoming events for your guys' knowledge, right? Right here, these here that just kind of give you these events and dates that are going around in your neck of the woods, right? We're in the business of creativity, guys. We're in the business of presentation. Okay, I'm going to step back and talk to the newer agents now, right? While you guys are thinking about your timelines and thinking for your tenured agents, how can I break out my database? Because that's going to be one of your accountabilities for your tenured agents. I want to see by next Friday, I want to see your database broken down per day on how you contact your past clients and what you're going to have to present to them for at least 30 days. Now, I'm going to take a step back and let's talk about new agents. I'm a new agent. Brent, I'm a new agent, man. I got in the business. I don't have any past clients. What in the hell am I supposed to fucking do? Pardon my French, guys. If I offend you guys, I'm passionate right now. I'm driven. I want to make sure we drive this home. And when I get passionate, words come out and I start cussing, right? I'm a new agent. What am I going to do?
Well, you first got to put together a sphere of influence of who do you know? So they know that you're in the business. I mean, that's the very first thing.
Database foundation.
Thank you. Did you guys hear Brent and Lynn? Okay, new agents.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
guys should literally
Yes.
have, say that again, Liz. I'm sorry.
Sorry, no, I was just answering your question. I have a memory jogger that's great for this if you're a newer agent too, that I can share with everybody to figure out where you could even look for these people in addition to the people you know.
I love it, Liz. Yes, please. The more material, the better. It's all good.
I love it too.
So listen, new agents, right off the bat, you should at least know at least 20 people, right? Can you confidently say that you know at least 20 people? Right? And those 20 people, maybe you know 40 people, maybe you know 20 people, maybe you know 30, maybe 25, doesn't matter. You got to start something, right? You got to start letting everybody know that you're in this business. And how do you do that? What can get you knowing people? What's going to give them that, oh man, Sean just got into this business. That's cool.
Video.
A video. Yeah, I love it, Joe. What about, we talked about this before. What about sending out complimentary real estate reviews? Their property that they own, right? Do you guys know how valuable that is right now for this day and age in our market? You know how many people are dying to know what their house is worth because they see how the industry is just going gangbusters? Wouldn't you like to be that person to be able to give your friend a real estate review because you now have access to that type of systems? Listen, we sometimes take for granted the information that we have now because we have a license. Remember, there's, I don't know, 8,000 real estate agents or so in this metropolitan area, okay? But how many people are in this populace? A shit ton. So I am a firm believer that if you would contact your personal database of people you know, and right now maybe they're all in your phone, that's cool. But guess what? When you start making contact, you're going to start dumping them into a database, an actual working database. But you're gonna start, in my opinion, there's no better asset out there than the information that's already given to you because you're licensed. Real estate reviews, guys. Sean, would you happen to know 5 people that you can literally contact and say, hey, I'm in the business, and guess what? Because now that I'm in the business and the experienced business that I'm in, which is with Remax Gold and their tenured agents and everybody and this and that, I want to go ahead and do you solid. You know, I'm going to send you a real estate a review. I want you to know what your home is looking like. I want you to at least have that sound or that property give you peace of mind, right? That your property's valuation is here from when you purchased it. And listen, Tom, if you find that any of your friends that I don't know that might want to have one for free, let me know. I'll be more than happy to send them to you. And actually, I'll even thank them on your behalf, or I'll thank, I'll say, hey, look, Tom asked me to send this to you. My name's Sean. We're within the sphere of friendships here, but I never had the opportunity to meet you in person. But listen, I just want to introduce myself. And secondly, I want to give you an appraisal review. Or a real estate review, not appraisal. I'm thinking appraisers because guess what? Appraisers charge for that. You
Amen.
won't. Right? Guys, you guys can literally get them plus or minus, right? By a couple $1,000 of what the valuation is that an appraiser will give them. Understand how to do a CMA. And if you guys as new agents need help with that, we can help you do a functional CMA that gets them close to their numbers. Plus, guess what? There's a lot of nosy friends out there that want to know what their neighbors sold their home for. Wouldn't you want to be that person they call? Hey, Sean, listen, man, my neighbor Greg's just sold his house. Can you tell me what it sold for? I'm going to do you one better, Tom. I'm not only going to tell you how much it sold for, but I'm going to tell you what your property is actually worth as well. So that whenever you decide to sell, you and I can chat about that. But I'll stay in contact with you maybe on a weekly basis, because listen, for you guys that are in this class now, and if you guys were in that meeting yesterday, I don't know if you guys picked up on I call them golden nuggets, but Greg brought up a very true golden nugget that to me was like, that hit home, and I'm like, that totally makes sense. You know what that is? That the data continues to change daily on valuations, daily. And it's starting to catch up, right? So yes, you can literally contact somebody once a week and give them information about their neighborhood and what's going on. Wouldn't that give you keys of, aren't those keys to success, to start integrating your friendships to your database, and then from there, hopefully it expands to business, and then from there it expands to future business and future prospecting? That's for your newer agents. Does that make sense, guys? Is that something compatible? Is that something you guys can do consistently? And are you guys confident in your abilities? Because if you're not, if you guys have trouble or don't understand how to do a proper CMA, get a hold of us. We're here. We are here. Lynn brought up a good point right now. Each person in your database equates to $1,000 per year. Think about that. 200 people gives you 200 grand. Cut it in half. 100 grand. Cut it by 50. That's 50,000. It doesn't matter. That's money that's sitting out there. That you guys don't have to pay nothing. No lead gen, no company to give you leads. Because I think, as you know now, a lot of these lead generation businesses are hurting because they're starting to realize that we really don't need them. We really don't. You know what they have? They have all the data you have, but you know what they don't have? They don't have the relationships. You do. And that, my friends, is priceless. Your challenge, if you soon to accept it, though, that's mission impossible right there, baby. Is I want you guys to concrete hours in the day, and you're going to stick to them for 14 days. Why am I saying 14 days? Come on. Go ahead and take your guys off of, if you guys want to speak, say it.
Get in the habit.
Thank you. Okay, I think that's what you also said. I think
Yep.
Vanessa was going to state the same. It builds a habit. It's like, think about it as you re-onboarding your business, and you're setting up now, you're resetting up your foundation. You're adding another layer to that foundation of your business, and that is continuing to succeed in marketing to your past clients. And in order to do that, you have to work it. You have to work it. I don't want to sound like I'm lecturing, guys, but I'm passionate about this subject because we're leaving a lot of money on the table. And those are a lot of relationships you guys have that you guys can generate revenue from and do an outstanding job, so that when they refer you or they use you for a second time, you're going to be top of mind. 86%, I can't say that enough. 86% said that they would use, they had an excellent time or an excellent experience, right? During that transaction, but yet 13% of that 86 ended up using the same agent. That's crazy, man.
That's crazy.
Jose, the other thing I think that comes up, and it's a throwaway line a lot of times to agents, is you run into somebody and say, hey, how's the market, Brent? Oh, it's great, or no, it's good. But this, actually, what you just said, turn it right into a real estate review. You know what? I could actually, Jose, give you exactly how the market is, exactly where you live. That's just something I'm doing for people.
That's fucking amazing. I think you're right, Brent. Think about it, guys. I've heard it in 48 hours from people that I ran into. They told me, hey, man, yeah, how's the market, man? I hear it's killing it. They're asking for the information. What more do we want?
Right. Hey, Neil has a question.
Yeah, Neil, what's your question, buddy?
I'll look on it.
Wondering if there's a template or a step-by-step. I know.
Neil, we did a,
Given
I'll
one,
send you the, Neil, I'll send you the PowerPoint.
a generalized one.
So here's what Brent's gonna do, and then we're gonna add to that, okay, Neil? Brent's gonna send you the template, but better, on top of that, not better, but on top of that, Lynn's gonna go to the office with you, set up a time, and she's gonna show you how to do a professional real estate review.
I'm meeting Vanessa tomorrow. She's already.
Vanessa's gonna meet with Lynn, so
What's about
But I,
tomorrow? I don't hear that.
Lynn will get with you offline to set up a time to meet with you personally to show you how to do that, okay?
That'd be
But
great.
here's the thing, guys. There's so many opportunities that we're really not reading between the lines, okay? Remember, you guys have information that a lot of the general population does not. And you need to maximize when people ask you. Brent brought up a great point. When people ask you, hey, I hear the market's going great. Yeah, guess what? I got one better for you. I want to show you what your market, St. Louis is a big town, man. I want to show you what your market's looking like. Yes, Liz, we can do 30 days, no problem. What was that about though, Liz? I'm sorry. Should be 30, Jose. Can you do anything?
Challenge them for 14 days.
Oh, I was just gonna say, we could do anything for 30 days. It's just like you technically, if you do it for 30 days, you can really see if it's working. After 30 days, you'll know if you need to tweak something else. You can learn something in school. When I was teaching, I used to tell my kids, you can do something for 30 days to really learn it. After 30 days, you can decide whether it was beneficial or useful to you, at which point you learn something else.
I will give you my reasoning for the 14 days, and only is because I want to put my foot on the pedal here, and I want to really hold you guys accountable, and I want you guys to dig into this as soon as possible. When you see 30 days, in some cases, you'll say like, okay, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow comes around, shit, I still got 30 days. I'll start tomorrow. Well, guess what? You guys got 14 days. 14 days of accountability, making it a habit. That's all I care about. After that, I love Liz's approach, which is true. After 30 days, you see if it's something that makes sense to you, right? But in my honest opinion, working your database should make sense no matter what, whether you hate it, you love it, or you don't, or either. It needs to be part of your day-to-day operation, guys. Some people are like, well, I'll do it all on Monday. Well, do you really want to handle all that on Monday? Why don't you be reasonable and break it down during the week, and you block those hours of your day like you're clocking into your job in corporate America and get it going. Guys, remember 86%. I'm going to keep saying this over and over. You guys are going to be like, okay, Jose, we get it. But listen, I want it embedded in your head. 86% of the populace said they would actually use their agent again, but only 13% of them did. That's a huge break, a huge difference in percentages there. And all we have to do is be top of mind, interact, engage with your previous clientele, your previous relationships, your spheres, right? How many people here And I've said it plenty of times. How many people here love doing business with their family? Oh, shit, look. Hey, Joe, don't worry. We won't tell your mom nothing. Don't worry.
I'd refer a couple of mine.
You haven't met my family.
But listen, I'm with you. You know, my brother works in an organization. My sister Mary works in banking. You know, we're kind of tied in. But the reality is, you have to make means of how to work with your family. And it's not only just to be able to capture their database or their people. Listen, when it comes to family, there's only certain people I like doing business with, and that's a very small percentage in my family, right?
Yeah.
But yet I still want to know their database. I still want to know who they're friends with. I still want their friends to know that I'm in the business, right? You know, my biggest fear is that I find out that two of my sister or brother's friends are good people and they do really well, and they decide to get the real estate license and they go somewhere else. Knowing that their brother is in the business, right? Same theory. Get to know your family's database. I'm not asking you to do business with your family if you chose to or choose not to, but at least let their friends and spheres know that you're in the business, man, for your new agents. Hell, even your tenured agents, you know?
So I do a thing with my friends and family. So I have a veterinary degree and I'll watch their animals when they go on vacation and stuff. And instead of them paying me, I have them refer me. Then they don't have to pay me and I actually make more money on a referral.
Look at that. How cool is that? Thank you, Vanessa. That's awesome. Give me some ideas now. Now, I've talked for 43 minutes. I want to know what you guys, your ideas, what you're going to do come tomorrow, Thursday, right, to start working that database. Joe, you first.
Well, I have to have a database first. So that's
what do you got to do to get it?
So I got to create it.
Okay. And how are you going to create it, Joe? What
On an
steps are you
Excel
gonna take to
spreadsheet.
create it? You're going to start with an Excel. I dig it. I'll take it. Okay. So next Friday, Joe, right? I'm going to have Kristen just call you and check and see where you're at with that spreadsheet. Okay. That's giving you plenty of time. And I want it broken down with names, numbers, emails, and addresses, if at all possible, the address, right? Because that's important, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's the whole purpose of making sure you have a legit database, is you want to know what property or what. And if they're just people that are friends of yours that are renting, find out where they're renting. And then you're going to figure out what the market value is going to go around their neighborhood where they're renting at, right? Because then you're going to teach them that it's better to own than to rent.
Joe, one tip though, you're gonna wanna put it in a CSV file if you need help with that, which is just a form of Excel. Because that is able to put into any of our databases and you won't have to reformat anything. So as you move future to anything, to use anything.
Thank
I
you.
love it. Diana, you're next.
Well, I don't have a database set up, so I'm gonna have to get in on that. Problem is,
Diana,
I know.
you've been in this business how long?
30 something years. I quit counting. I actually am gonna see my twin grandsons, their birthdays tomorrow, and I haven't seen them, and they're gonna be 5. So I'm going to Kansas City. So I'm gonna be gone for a little bit. But I will try to catch up when I get back.
Lynn said your daughter can help you, Diana.
Well, I'm trying to, that's what I'm gonna try to do.
All right, Diana, accountability. You got to get something on the books for next Friday that looks like a database for me, just like Joe.
I won't be here next Friday, so.
When can we call you back, Diana? I'm going to hold you to it.
I don't know. I don't know how much I will get done in, because I'll be on with them all the time. So I'll probably start a week or so from now. So I'll see what I can do.
We'll call you in 2 weeks.
Fine.
Fair enough?
Okay, I'll be here in 2 weeks for the next meeting.
Beautiful. Thank you. Sean. You're on,
Yes.
you're on, yeah.
There we
What
go.
about you?
Well, I've already started an Excel spreadsheet. So I just gotta start putting names in it and I can have something by next Friday, so.
Beautiful. Because guess what, Joe, Sean, and even Diana, once you get them on that spreadsheet, we're gonna wanna import them to an actual CRM, a performing CRM that's gonna help you do your job a lot easier and smarter. Okay?
Okay.
It's gonna, those CRMs are gonna work like your assistant, man. They're gonna remind you every morning to make your calls. They're gonna remind you, or they're gonna tell you who you contacted and who's up next, who's, all that. Okay? But let's start with those spreadsheets. But then once we get those spreadsheets accomplished, we're gonna move into the database or the CRM. Okay?
Okay, awesome.
Okay?
Well, I have all my stuff in top producers, so luckily I have a little bit of a head start, but I just need to go back through and kind of divide out my times of, reaching out to people. I mean, I have most of my clients kind of categorized of, A, B, C, and then the Ds I just kind of get rid of. So, but yeah, I just need to, kind of divide out the times like you were talking about of getting in touch with people and making sure that, I reach out on a daily basis and divide them out.
So let's do that. We're gonna hold that to next Friday, 2K. I want you to separate your clientele per day, right? So if you have 100 people and there's 5 days in the week, I'm just using that example, you divide that by 20, right? And then you're gonna start breaking down A, B, C's, and D's, however you wanna do it, but you're gonna make sure you're contacting every single one of them. Because guess what? Maybe those D's aren't the ones that are gonna buy, but hell, you've been on their mind so much, they're gonna refer you to somebody that might be wanting to buy.
Yeah.
Contacting is contacting, being top of mind and engaging is what you want. So in this particular situation, marketing wise, you're gonna contact everybody in your database. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Neil?
Well, I've got my database and I've broken it down into A list, B list, and I try to send out emails consistently, although I haven't had one out in a while. And then I found that a lot of people I don't have phone numbers or addresses for, but I'm Facebook friends with. So I've been sending out personalized messages to big chunks at a time, like 30 at a time. But I personalize each one and put their actual name in and try to put in a little personal information and just say, hey, I'm out of the restaurant business. I'm doing real estate. If you know anybody, if you're looking to buy or sell, And I've been getting really good response on that.
Excellent, Neil. Continue doing that, sir. The only thing I would ask you to do, sometimes when you're engaging to build up that confidence or that comfort level, and you're doing good with your social media platforms, but let's transition that over to now phone. Let's transition that into either a text or a video text. If you practice a video text, you can personalize it to them, send it. So you need to first gather information, right? You need to get your phone numbers and your addresses, try to figure out, and my best opinion is if you have the people on Facebook, just send them individually. Hey, if you own a home, I'd love to give you your real estate review for free. Do you mind sending me your address? See what type of response you get, and try to get their contact info. So then that way you can start texting them. And then once you start getting in the habit of texting, turn them into phone calls, right? Reach out to them. Hey, I just found out one of your houses in your neighborhood just sold. This is how much they got for it. And I know, in case you want to know what your house is worth. You got to make that engagement happen so that you can become top of mind. I know in my personal experience, and maybe it's just me, I look at my Facebook messages maybe once every other day, not on a daily basis. So maybe by getting a video text or a text on my phone, I'll look at it much quicker than on a Facebook post, right? Or a message. But just something to think about. You're on the right path, Neil, and so far you have been getting great results. So let's continue to do that, but let's just add more to it now at this point. Let's get it more dialed in with your database, phone numbers, addresses, even date of births, guys. Inevitably, Facebook gives you all that date of birth stuff. Look out their birthday, put that in there. So maybe when that day comes, you can also wish them a happy birthday.
The thing you said there was key too, was with what he's doing, Jose, is the item of value. To offer that real estate review, give them that item of value, makes it easier to get stuff back from them, which I think is, when you're contacting them, it's just a natural thing anyway.
I agree. Cool, Neil. So let's work on by next Friday, trying to get some more detailed data, okay? We'll start with that. You have a system that's working, you're getting good success. Let's just add now to that. Let's add a little more to the table with that, okay? Shane, what about you, sir? And by the way, Shane, I need to commend you, my man. Your Facebook or your social media presence and with your marketing, I'm digging it. It is cool, man. The little things that you do and the type of response and engagement you get out is pretty cool. If you guys want to get some information, make sure you guys go look up Shane on Instagram and Facebook. He does do little things here and there that just people get engaged, and it doesn't have to be that creative. And I love it. It's simple, it's clean, and it's out there. So Shane, what are you going to do, buddy? Where are you with the database? Or give me an understanding of what we can hold you accountable to for next Friday.
Oh yeah, cool. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback on the social media because I haven't really known what I was doing at first, but yeah, I'm trying to get like a plan on to do stuff more daily on social media. So that's what I'm trying to do with that. But with the database, I found an app called Clients on like the App Store, and it is just like a CRM app. So I started putting names and numbers in there, but the majority of people I know are in California. So I need to meet more people here clearly, but I know enough people here.
Shane, listen, buddy, it's not a bad thing to have all your friends in California, because you want them to also know you're in the business and you can refer them a great agent in California. Remember, the price value of a deal over there to get a referral is a good chunk of change, my man, you know?
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
So don't diminish that. That's good that you have a network established in California, and it's good that you also know people here. But you know what I would recommend you to do, Shane, even though I know you got a client app on your phone and it's probably much more user-friendly for you, I would still highly advise you to put that on a spreadsheet, because what we want to do is we want to get you on a real estate CRM that's also going to work as your assistant. And we have those platforms already available for you at in our organization. So I highly recommend, as you're inputting in your database of clients, do it on your spreadsheet. So that way, when the time comes, which hopefully sooner than later, we can turn that into an actual real estate CRM for you. Okay. So
okay, cool.
But next Friday, I'm gonna have Kristen also just check in and see where you're at with your spreadsheet, okay?
Okay, yeah, I started the one that I put onto the Clients app. I already had kind of a spreadsheet on the Notes app. I just put all the numbers and names on there. So
Perfect.
I already do have that. So yeah.
Excellent. So then next Friday, we'll hopefully talk about converting that over to a real estate CRM for you, bud, and showing you all the ins and out of, for example, the KV Core system or whatever to your liking. Vanessa.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm driving still. So I do mine a little bit differently because I am in sales already. So my CRM, I need to add to the actual spreadsheet, but mine is more touch CRMs. Like I see these clients every 2 weeks or so and talk about real estate. People I work with at my other jobs, I talk about it, but I am going to work on, in my subdivision, I keep finding trailers, like dumpsters. So I'm going to get with Lynn Friday and see if I can start doing some reviews with them, sending them reviews, because I assume if someone has a dumpster in their house, they might be looking to move.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Or they're improving their property. How about giving them an improvement value, right, after their improvements? That's great, Vanessa. Vanessa, but I will ask, and yes, you know, your position on how you're navigating, being more of a touch agent and making sure you're touching base more, you know, more on a personal level, that I love it. But remember, we want to make your business efficient and self-reliant. In other words, we want your business to be systematic, so that when you're not doing, you know, every 2 weeks, well, that alternate week when you don't touch them, you're still going to have stuff coming out to them via your CRM platform. So
right.
I would also say with Kristen as well, let's make sure she touches base and see where you're at with your spreadsheet. And maybe we can start looking at building that into your new CRM system, your real estate CRM platform. Because again, the real estate platform, the CRMs are designed to basically make your job easier, right? It takes work to build it, but once you build it to its precise work capacity, it's going to make it so much easier, you guys, to do business, and especially doing what we're talking about, the engagement part. Okay. Liz, you're on deck.
Hi. Okay,
Golly, welcome back, by the way. Liz was on a beautiful vacation with her family. And now she's back to reality, hitting her right in the face.
yes, true. So I'm a little anal retentive about my CRM. I also keep a spreadsheet. We are currently in the process of putting it into KV Core. It took a little bit to get there. So we're working on getting everybody in, but I just have little tabs in an Excel spreadsheet that I put little notes in and I run down and sort of go sort of in order. And I highlight, I think red is a dead lead, meaning a disconnected phone number or something like that. I always keep them in there just in case, because I still have addresses and phone, you still have information that's vital. But I sort of color code them and leave notes. So that's sort of how I do my spreadsheet. I utilize my CRM a lot. I just do. I kind of use Monday to put new people in, because typically Mondays were always the days after an open house or after the weekend. And I keep just a running list of people and I just import. I try to add 5 a day is usually my goal, is to add 5 new people. And to me, it's not a complete lead if it doesn't have address, phone number, and full name, because I think that you need an email as well. So if it has all of those things, it is a complete contact. I also tend to go through and scrub through and see who haven't I talked to in a while and just sort of follow up with those people too.
Okay, Liz, I think we're gonna go with the approach with Kay as well. Since you have a design spreadsheet and you're already impacting into your KV Core, I'd love to see that database broken down per day. So that way you can make constant contact with them. Oh, I just used constant contact in there and I'm not even sponsored by them. One of these days we'll have a sign, sponsored by Constant Contact. Why do I always want to sound like that even from ESPN? I don't get it. Anyway, I really want to be able to utilize that same structure, Liz, with you. I want to make sure with Kristen on Friday, she touches base with you, seeing where you're at with your KV Core. If you need any guidance or help with that, we'd love to help you. But here's the other thing, guys, and I want to just throw this out there, okay? 2 things. Number 1, all these lead generation systems that you pay, agents pay for, okay? They're basically selling you your freaking database back because they already have the information, guys. They're already selling the same thing you got. They're sending it right back to you and charging you for it. Now, does that make sense? Okay. The other thing, which I think is important, okay? You guys need to know what your database's value is. Why do I say that? Well, guess what? People sell data all the time and they make millions. You need to monetize your database so you can truly understand and embed yourself and really know that the true value in your business is in your database. That's worth a shit ton of money, guys. But you know what the biggest point that you guys have over everything else of all your these so-called lead generation companies? The relationships. They don't have that. They don't have that. You do. You do. But you got to look at this part or this component of your business as seriously as when you're right there stick in the mud doing an inspection resolution, and how important that is, right? To make the days and times and make sure everybody comes to the table and it ends up getting to the, at the end of the day, getting to the closing table. That's how important this is. 86% said they would use you guys again, and only 13% did. I'm gonna make a sign that says 80%, 86%, and 13%, guys. It's crucial. I need you guys to understand the importance of working your database post-closing during there's no better consumer than a consumer you've already assisted. What more do you want as a referral, right? They love you. Oh my God, Kay, you did a phenomenal job. Oh my God, Sean, you did great. Neil, you did awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. We will definitely use you guys again. I'm gonna hold you to it. I told you, we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes. And it doesn't sound glittery, it doesn't sound, romantic, but guess what? It's the main component of your guys' business that we don't want you guys to forget. Any questions?
Guys, I sent you the PowerPoint step-by-step on the real estate review, and I also sent you Carol Camerata's actual real estate review with a letter. So that went out to you guys while Jose was talking.
Oh, that-
Any questions, guys?
Thanks, Brett.
You guys know what your action items are, right? Cool. I want to see this because I'm passionate about your business as well as I'm passionate of your future business, right? Your growth. I want you guys to succeed. We're here for you guys day and night. Link is a good testament to that. You can call her 7 days a week. She's answering the phone.
I talked to
Same
them.
with me, same with Brent, guys. Okay? Please use us. We're here for you guys. We want you to succeed, but please bear in mind, some of these meetings are not gonna be real pretty. They're not gonna be real, romantic, but we're gonna get to the point where it gets the job done. We wanna hold you guys accountable because once you build that habit, we're moving on to bigger and better things.
I really feel like it was romantic.
Thanks, Brent. Appreciate it.
Very charging. Like,
Guys,
let's go sell.
quit sitting next to each other.
All right, guys. We appreciate you guys. If you guys don't have any questions, I appreciate you guys continuing to be on this 7%er, but we do have actions ahead of us and we got to knock them out. If you guys have any further questions, feel free to contact us offline. We're always available. But anything you guys need, we're here for you guys. All right. We'll see you guys. Actually, Kristen will be in touch with you guys next Friday. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
See ya.